sections of the warship's bottom were crushed. Watching the launch was North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and he called it a criminal act caused by absolute carelessness, warning it could not be tolerated. He vowed the errors of officials responsible would be dealt with at a key party meeting next month. At a launch of another 5,000-ton destroyer-class vessel, North Korea has claimed it was equipped with powerful weapons.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. It is a Thursday, the 22nd day of May for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic with you, ready to start your day the right way. Well, all of your news, weather, and sports, everything you need to know as you get out the door here this morning. Going to be talking about some honors for a couple of Nebraska baseball players as Huskers get ready to take on Oregon tomorrow in pool play at the Big Ten tournament in Omaha. The Nebraska softball team, they're in Knoxville, Tennessee, getting ready for their best-of-3 Super Regional Series against the Volunteers from Tennessee. A comeback bid by the Adams Central baseball team came up short yesterday as the Patriots ended their season with a 5-4 loss to Malcolm in the state high school baseball tournament. Meanwhile, we've got the championship game set after action yesterday. The championship game is going to be played tomorrow at Warner Park in Omaha. The state track and field championships are going on in Omaha. We'll see what's going on after the first day of competition in classes A and B. The NBA playoffs continue. The NHL playoffs continue. The Big Ten tournament. We'll take a look at the results from yesterday and get you set for another day of action today. Plus, we're going to be hearing from Brian Frew. He is the co-owner and founder of the Hastings Sodbusters. They open up their season tomorrow, so we'll talk to Brian and what you can expect as you come out to the ballpark again for the 2025 season. And we'll also be talking to Carl Block from Hastings Utilities. Evidently some changes coming up to your billing in the coming weeks and months ahead. Hastings Utilities billing, so we'll be talking about that. Plenty of things to discuss here as we get you up and get you going on a Thursday as we welcome in Tyson from the Western Studios here this morning. Good morning.
A jam-packed show here today. Content certainly aplenty. High school baseball from the thrills of a one-run victory to knock off and get a foe off your back to the heartbreak of losing in a one-run game, a comeback effort that falls just short. Adams Central baseball season coming to a close, but nothing to hang your heads about for AC and for the Pats this postseason. You mentioned it. I mean, we got softball coming up on Friday with the Baton Rouge Regional. We're getting psyched for the Big Ten baseball tournament continuing. A big, huge matchup against Oregon as Nebraska tries to play their way into a Final Four berth there. Shades of 1994 last night on the NBA action as the Knicks blew a 16-point lead with 6 minutes to go, and the Pacers end up knocking off the Knicks in overtime. Knicks fans, they've seen it before. It's exactly the copy-paste 1994 Reggie Miller saga that they are sick and tired of hearing about. So Knicks fans are ready for football season to start. And, action happening on the ice. And like you said, plenty to get to here on the show. Hastings got a new library director. We'll talk about that and some upcoming changes to the HU billing cycle that's going to be hitting here in June. So I want to get people up with the latest on that. So, yeah, we are not at a loss for topics to touch on here this morning. That's for sure.
Again, you can join us in the conversation. Would love to talk to you. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. 402-834-1330. Chime in with us here this morning and discuss the things that we're talking about. Or if you got something on your mind, either sports-related or not, give us a call. We'll chat about it here this morning as we join you at the breakfast table, getting you ready for another day here today. We'll start with the playoff scene. What happened on the ice last night? Was there a big brawl at the end of the Dallas-Edmonton game, or what was this? I just saw a few headlines this morning.
I mean, yeah, you get the animosity at this point in time on the Western Conference. People are frustrated. Edmonton certainly frustrated. They got hammered by Dallas last night, 6-3. Dallas puts away one late, and Edmonton not taking too kindly, so they scrap. I gotta be really honest though, like my eyeballs were on the basketball court with that 16-point lead and watching the Pacers and Knicks. So I didn't know my role last night. I wasn't watching on the ice action and was more focused on the NBA side. And wow, that 16-point. Just implosion from the New York Knicks as Halliburton comes back and leads the Pacers to that comeback in OT. But yeah, there's going to be brawls. There's going to be scuffles on the ice. That's playoff hockey for you.
So yeah,
Dallas just blew them out.
Dallas
It wasn't even close.
Dallas 6-3 over Edmonton. They take the opening game of that series tonight. Florida is at Carolina. Florida leads that series 1-0. You mentioned the NBA stuff last night. Indiana coming back to beat New York 138-135. So Indiana takes the opening game of the Eastern Conference Series tonight. We're back to the West. Minnesota playing at Oklahoma City. The Thunder lead that series 1-0 after winning on Tuesday night 114-88. So we'll see if Oklahoma City can go up 2-0 tonight in the NBA Western Conference Championship. So that's what's going on in the NBA and on the ice in the National Hockey League from last night.
Well done.
All right.
Good stuff.
Big Ten tournament in baseball. The results yesterday, UCLA beat Illinois by the score of 11-6. It was Penn State over Washington 5-3, and Iowa took care of Rutgers 4-3. The Big Ten tournament schedule has been changed a little bit for today. They're actually moving the Indiana-Iowa game that was originally scheduled for Friday to Thursday because of the prospects for bad weather, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because they still have two other games scheduled for Friday. Maybe they've got the window like we dealt with in the state high school baseball tournament earlier this week. So tomorrow they've got a 10 o'clock game and a 6 o'clock game scheduled. Maybe that's where the window's at, that they're going to be able to play. But they moved the Iowa game, which was the second game in the series of 3 games tomorrow. They moved that to today and then moved up starting times today. So your Big Ten tournament schedule at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha and also on a BTN if you want to become a couch potato today and watch nothing but baseball. Michigan and UCLA will play at 9 this morning. USC will play Penn State at 1. Oregon is going to play Michigan State at 5. And get this, there's going to be a 9 o'clock game, a 9 o'clock start.
Stop it.
Oh, yeah. Indiana is going to play Iowa at 9 p.m. tonight in Omaha. That's the game they're going to move from Friday to the slate today. Can you believe that?
No, they have no idea what they're doing. They have the stupidest format in tournament history with pool play for a conference tournament. And now you're throwing games at 9 p.m. Just admit like that none of these games are watchable and that pool play sucks and that you should never do it again. Admit that. Pack your bags and scrap this from ever doing this monstrosity of a conference tournament ever. This is so stupid. And half of these games today don't mean diddly poo. Half of these games don't mean crap because of the 0-1 ramifications. And everyone's looking forward and flash forwarding to Friday. Whoever thought this idea would be good for the tournament or good for the conference is a freaking moron.
Here we go again.
This is stupid.
Here we go again. We went off on this yesterday. You and I came up with a better...
Show of hands in the lobby. Who likes the pool play? I mean, seriously. I don't like... It's indefendable. You can't defend it. You could have the best defense lawyer in the country come down and look at this and go, no, man, this is trash. Get rid of it.
Well, regardless, if you're Indiana...
9 p.m. start.
Yeah, sleep in this morning.
Jesus.
Yeah, sleep in this morning in Omaha. We're going to go for batting practice like at 5 this afternoon. So they hang out all day in the hotel and get ready for a 9 p.m. start tonight in Omaha.
And it's even stupid because it's Indiana and Iowa. If you're going to do a 9 p.m. game, at least make it geographically sensible for your fan base. So put one of the Western teams in your 9 o'clock start so that they can get some TV viewership. Because they ain't up right now. Oh, no. How incredibly stupid.
Yeah, there's 2 Western teams playing today, UCLA and USC.
Martin says pool play is dumb.
Oh, you've got somebody on your island. Normally you're out there hanging out on your island by yourself.
You're pulling the boat ashore.
No,
right?
I'm with you.
Yeah, you're pulling the boat on the island.
Now, Ryan
bringing
Martin
a whole lot in the lobby with you.
Yeah, he doesn't like pool play either. But it is what it is. Yeah, right. We'll deal with it today. And we got 4 games, 9, 1, 5, and 9.
And why is there a 4-hour gap?
Oh, I was just noticing that. Why is there 4 hours in the last game? Unbelievable. I'll double check that, make sure that's correct. But that's what I got on my sheet here. 9-1, probably some TV deal.
Sure.
And then tomorrow,
go back to the studio and talk about the game that just happened.
Yeah. Then tomorrow there's going to be 2 games. Washington will play USC at 10 tomorrow morning. Then we'll take a little break while it rains. And Nebraska is going to come back and play Oregon at 6. So that's
the window.
The window of opportunity. We're going to play 2 games. Hey, don't second guess the weather, guys. You and I both drove to Omaha on Monday thinking,
there's no way.
Yeah, there was no way we're going to play any type of high school baseball games on Monday. There was
there was standing water in the ditches.
Yeah, and there was a 90% chance of rain throughout the day. But what happens? There was a window of opportunity. They're going to
put their games in.
Yeah, they were going to see how many games they could get in. They got the entire schedule in on Monday. So don't believe everything that the weather guys say. Yeah, they got all the games in on Monday. It wasn't great. There was some mist occasionally on Monday for the high school games, but they got them all in. They'll make this work. They'll make this stupid pool play work, and we'll get down to the Final 4 teams. 2 teams have already clinched a spot in the Final 4. I think UCLA, is that one of them? I'll double-check my my notes here. I think 2 teams have already moved into the round of Final 4.
Mm-hmm.
So we only got 2 left to go. Anyway, we only are concerned about Nebraska, and they play Oregon tomorrow night at 6. If the Huskers win, we'll get to advance in to the Final 4 for this weekend.
Interestingly enough that they put that in the primetime slot for Friday night. Like, they move around everything else, but they're like, Nebraska, the draw, the crowds, let's put them at 6 in the Friday primetime slot.
TV has a lot to say with everything.
That they do, don't they?
We see,
yeah,
we see that in college football. We see it in college basketball. Why not college baseball?
I feel like we got flexed. We got flexed into a primetime slot. Chief Indorf says no pool play for what it's worth. Ryan Martin says the 4-hour gap is for everyone's voucher to go to the Omaha Zoo.
Oh, jeez.
Big Ten baseball, baby.
So Big Ten baseball, that's what's going on there. Let's see what else I got on my news and notes here. State Track and Field Championships going on in Omaha as well. Classes A and B competed yesterday. They'll finish up today. Then classes C and D will have the weekend, Friday and Saturday. Class A boys right now being led by Fremont. They've got 35 points. Lincoln North Star with 27. Those are the leaders. And Millard South is in third place with 25 points. Class B boys, Waverly on top with 23. Pius with 19. Wahoo with 17. Class A girls, Kearney with 44. Lincoln Southwest with 41, Papillion La Vista South with 34, Class B girls, Norris with 30, Waverly 29, Bennington with 22 points. So those are the team leaders after the first day of the state track and field championships in Omaha, and they'll run a bunch of the finals today. So you can always go to the NSAA webpage and kind of stay up to date on the track and field as your busy day unfolds here for a Thursday.
Can I get you riled up here at 7:15 in the morning?
Oh, God, now what?
I don't know if it made your news and notes. Did you see the vote on the tush push? It's staying, baby.
That's coming up.
It's staying.
It's. Let's go ahead and talk about it since you brought it up. The NFL owners meeting in Minnesota. They voted on the tush push. Woohoo! 22-10. Was the final vote. Now that's 2 votes shy of the 24 needed to ban it. So a majority of the teams are against the tush push. 22 of them are against the tush push. Only 10 voted to keep the tush push. And ironically, Buffalo is not on that list of the people who voted to keep it around. And Buffalo uses the tush push.
Right.
The teams that voted to keep the tush push on the books, obviously the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, they were quiet about it.
Yeah, Baltimore, Cleveland, Detroit, Jacksonville, Miami, New England, New Orleans, the New York Jets, and Tennessee. All those teams voted to keep the tush push. God. 22 teams voted to ban it, but it was 2 votes short of the majority needed. They needed 24 to ban the tush push. And Buffalo, that's the first thing I looked at.
Right.
Is Buffalo is not included on the 10 teams that voted to keep it.
Well, they tried it 468 times against the Kansas City Chiefs and got stuffed 462 of the times that they tried it. So it doesn't really surprise me. Eagles, Baltimore, right? But then you look at the rest of the list of those 8 teams, and all of those teams need more than a tush push to propel themselves back into the conversation to be relevant in the NFL. I found that very interesting. The teams that are generally picking first or second in the NFL draft are teams that are voting to instill the tush push, trying to find another competitive advantage maybe this season in the AFC. Good luck.
So 22 teams voted to ban the tush push.
Heavy AFC influence, too.
Ironically, the Green Bay Packers is the team that brought this proposal before the NFL owners, and the Green Bay Packers are going to play the Philadelphia Eagles in week 2 of the season.
There you go.
So the team that brought the tush push idea to a vote is going to play the team who relies on the tush push. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Oh, God. We got people chiming in all over the place.
You're trying to keep track of your comments over there, buddy.
I know.
Should we get to news break?
We better, because everybody wants on the show today.
Let's get to news.
I'll respond to Tim, and you can do the news here. You're listening to Mike and Tyson Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We'll start first with news from the Hastings Public Library as they welcome a new director, Kelly Racig. She officially begins her role as the new director of the Hastings Public Library yesterday. Racig served as library director in Sidney, Montana from 2015 to 2023. Originally from Alliance, she expressed enthusiasm about returning to Nebraska, calling the role a dream come true, and highlighted her excitement for continuing work in the library field. Her selection was unanimously approved by the Hastings City Council back on May 12th. The Hastings Public Library will launch its 2025 summer reading program with a block party coming up on Saturday, May 31st from 11:30 until 1 p.m. It'll be outside the library at 314 North Denver. The event theme is Color Our World, celebrating art, diversity, and storytelling. The street will be closed in the 300 block of North Denver Avenue. Activities include temporary tattoos, pedal rides, and even the bookmobile being transformed into an escape room. The party kicks off the summer reading program, which is open to all ages, divided into 5 age groups. Participants earn tickets for grand prizes by meeting reading goals. Registration available at the block party or inside the library on the Beanstack app or the library's website. Starting on June 1st, Hastings Utilities will be implementing a new customer service module aimed at improving customer communication and modernizing billing practices. Key changes include email and text notifications, payment scheduling, and real-time meter data access, as well as self-service usage alerts. Physical past due notices left on doors will be discontinued and replaced with digital communication via text, email, and automated calls. This change eliminates the $100,000 annual cost of manual postings. Customers should update their contact info with the customer service office to ensure they receive the new notifications. And customer service manager Carl Block will join us later this morning on Huddle Up for more on these upcoming changes that will be coming your way on June 1st. 10 minutes until 7:30. Let's head over to the East Side Studios. And Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, Nebraska's Luke Broderick and Devin Nunez have received all Big Ten honors. Broderick was named All Big Ten second team, while Nunez was selected to the All Big Ten freshman team. Broderick is 3-2 on the season in 24 relief appearances and leads the Big Ten with 11 saves, which is tied for 9th nationally. Nunez has appeared in 35 games, including 28 starts, and is hitting a team best .308 at the plate this season. He has 4 home runs, a double, 20 RBIs, and has scored 18 runs so far this season. The Nebraska baseball team will play Oregon tomorrow, and pool play at the Big Ten tournament in Omaha. The Huskers beat Michigan State 5-4 in 10 innings on Tuesday. First pitch will be at 6. The Nebraska softball team will play Tennessee in a best-of-3 super regional this weekend in Knoxville. The Huskers are 42-13 in the season. The Volunteers are 43-14. They are the number 7 seed in the NCAA tournament. They beat Miami of Ohio 17-0 in 5 innings and defeated Ohio State twice by scores of 4-2 and 5-0 to advance to the Super Regionals. Nebraska beat Tennessee 7-1 in their season opener in Clearwater, Florida. Friday's first game of the series will get underway at 6 o'clock. A comeback bid by the Adams Central baseball team came up short yesterday, falling to Malcolm 5-4 at the state high school baseball tournament. Patriots trailed 4-0 after just 2 innings, but scored a run in the 5th and 3 in the 7th, but could not complete the comeback. They had runners at first and third base in the 7th inning, but could not get another run across the plate to perhaps tie up that ball game. Jacob Reichstein was the losing pitcher. Jackson Shagru had a couple of base hits and 2 RBIs. Adams Central ends the season 23-8. Malcolm will play Central City Centura for the championship on Friday at noon. The Colonels beat Lincoln Christian yesterday by the score of 8-6. In Class A, Lincoln East will play Millard North for the championship tomorrow night at 7. The Spartans beat Millard South yesterday 10-3. Millard North lost to Elkhorn South 2-0 in the first game. They played another one, and they were able to win by the score of 8-0 to advance to the championship game. The Class B final will pit Gretna East against Bennington. Gretna East beat Omaha Skutt twice yesterday, 3-1 and 3-2 to advance to the championship game. Bennington did the same thing. They won twice yesterday. They beat Omaha Gross by scores of 6-0 and 11-1. The Class B state championship will be at 3:30 tomorrow at Warner Park in Omaha. And after the first day of the state track and field championships in Omaha, the Fremont boys are leading in Class A. Waverly leads in Class B. On the girls' side, Kearney is the leader in Class A. Norris has the lead in Class B. That's a chunk in your sports headlines this morning. It's 7:24 now on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Well, we made it to hump day, and with that, we'll be slightly warmer today, more sunshine and less wind. Hey, everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. 72 is the high today. We'll have mostly sunny skies, but we'll maintain a chance, at least an outside chance, for a shower or thunderstorm through the afternoon and the evening. Other than that, 42 is the overnight low. Again, we'll maintain a chance of a shower or thunderstorm. 71 and sunny Thursday. And then as we get through Thursday night, Friday, and through the weekend, we'll maintain chances for showers and thunderstorms.
Right now in Hastings, we've got mostly sunny skies. It's 48 degrees as you get up and get going. North winds at about 4 miles per hour. You're listening to Extreme Sports. This is Saddle Up.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high speed, dirt slinging, adrenaline pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
Mike Will, Tyson and Vronic with you. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Yeah, talking about Cam Raceway. They got the big Deb Bruns Memorial Race coming up this weekend. Action on both Friday and Saturday nights. If you can't make it out to the track, you can certainly join us on our web page, our streaming services. You just go to the racing tab and follow along with the racing action out at Cam Raceway. They expect cars from all over the nation coming in this weekend to compete, $20,000 purse. So that's what's coming up Friday and Saturday at Cam Raceway. 7:29 with Mike and Tyson here this morning. Again, thanks for joining us on Huddle Up, whether you're listening on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with our free mobile app, your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're listening to us. Thanks for joining us. Notice I get through this a lot easier when I'm in my own studios and I'm not somewhere else like it was in Omaha. I buzz right on through that.
Anyway, much more convenient when you're inside the Eastern studios with all of your gadgets in the right spot. Glad to have you on board. We're gonna be talking some baseball here within the next 20 minutes. We've got Adams Central head baseball coach Tim Stroman. He's gonna be lined up at around 7:40, but now it's 7:30 here on the show, and it's time to talk Sodbusters opening weekend with Brian Frew. Brian Frew, the founder and co-owner of the Hastings Sodbusters. Let's get Brian on the line here. And Brian, good morning.
Morning. How's it going?
It's going well. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Huddle Up. We appreciate you joining us here as we get set for what should be a fun-filled opening weekend and a nice homestand here for the Hastings Sodbusters as we get the season underway here at Duncan Field. And I guess first of all, let's just start off by talking a little bit about the Sodbusters experience and how amped you are to get the season underway and welcome the Buster faithful back to Duncan Field.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, I love going to baseball games myself. It's great to take family, kids. My kids always have a really good time going. I think this is our 8th year of doing it. So I would say it gets easier just to operate it every year. You know, we get a little more comfortable with the processes that we're doing, and the staff are a little more experienced. And so for me, that just makes it, you know, more fun that I can relax and just watch a baseball game instead of worrying about, you know, making sure the beer is cold or the hot dogs are hot or whatever the case might be. So it's just a lot of fun, and we're really looking forward to, I think, some good weather this weekend too.
Brian, for the fans that maybe have not been out to a Sodbusters game, talk about that experience. This is more than just a baseball game. You guys do all kinds of stuff during the course of the baseball game. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a lot of really family-focused activities that go on, ways for kids to get engaged in the game. The food options are great. Tim Johnson does an awesome job with the food. We are able to sell alcohol there, so you know I'm a guy that likes to go to a ball game and have a beer. So it's a great experience all around. And if you like baseball, you can happen to watch a baseball game at the same time. But you know, one of the big things I like, the only way I can get my wife to go to a game is if she doesn't want to cook one night, we just go to the Sodbusters game and they cook for us. So it works out pretty good.
Again, Brian Frew joining us, talking a little Sodbusters opening weekend as we get set to kick off the season over at Duncan Field. And you mentioned the fan experiences, and I think when I first walked into a Sodbusters game, that was what I noticed. And it's taking a page kind of, I think, from Savannah Bananas a little bit, and the fact that you guys have really put a focus and an emphasis on fans first and a kind of a fan first mentality, and making sure that you know, it's not just the baseball, but it's everything that you can do to pack that into a full 2.5 hour, 3 hour entertainment block that's fun for the entire family. Just talk about that emphasis. I mean, a bunch of baseball guys got together and kind of put this thing in and said, what do we need to do for the fans to keep them engaged and keep them entertained? Talk about that mentality and how you strive and try to keep that going.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only reason we can do this at all is because of the fans. Like, if nobody wants to come out to watch the game and enjoy the experience, then we don't have anything to do. So,
right.
And you can't just focus on the people that are diehard baseball fans. Hastings is a small community. We probably don't have enough to support. So we really have to expand what we do to give people a good time. And, if you like baseball, it's really good baseball. I mean, some of the top college players in the country. But if you just want to enjoy your night and be entertained and sit out on a beautiful summer night with, Duncan Field's a beautiful place to be. The food's great. The entertainment's great. Kids love it. There's playground and grassy area, and then we do a good job with the games to get kids on the field meeting the players. And one thing I'll say about the players, since day one, the players have really bought into this thing and really had the fan first mentality also. So they really, they get to know the fans, their host families, and the kids get to know the players a little bit. And it's been a really great experience in that way. And you're right. I mean, keeping the fans first on your focus is very important, and it's really the basis of what we do.
Yeah, we're talking with Brian Prue from the Hastings Sodbusters here this morning on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. You talked about getting the community involved, Brian, and that's great. But the community is also a big part of. They host your players when they come in here to play all summer long. They actually stay with the people in the community. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, we have a great set of host families that take in players like they would take in their own son. And that's been an awesome experience, both for the players and the families. My family, we've hosted players, and it's been fun to get to know them and just kind of root for them when you're at the ball games. And, our kids think that they're, the coolest large humans that they've ever seen. And when we had players at our house, they would bounce in the tramp and they'd throw pitches to my son, and they're great. And the relationships that you make and the connections that you form, they can be lifelong. And I think there's a lot of situations in the Hastings community where bonds have been made between players and their host families. So really big shout out to the host families for what they do, and it's been a great experience. I was a player myself, so I stayed with host families for a few years, and it was an awesome experience. And the people in Hastings have been really great. We actually have a kind of a waiting list to be a host family now because people are so excited about the process.
Again, Brian Prue talking Sodbusters. We're going to get the season underway coming up here on Friday night over at Duncan Field. Brian, as far as the season is concerned and ticket information is concerned, I know several different options, whether you want to host a corporate party up on the party deck over there on the first baseline, or whether you just want to check out an individual game for a weekend. Plenty of availability to get tickets and some easy, accessible ways for the fans to be able to get their hands on some Buster tickets. Talk about some ticket info here as we get set for opening weekend.
Yeah, really, you can just go to our website and choose a game. We do electronic tickets, or, there hasn't been too many cases where you couldn't get a ticket at the front gate on game day. So our website has the schedule. We have pocket schedules kind of scattered out throughout the community and local businesses, local business partners, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. Calling into the office to set up group outings or whatnot is easy. I think you could probably email Trevor and get something set up as well. So there's a bunch of different ways to do it. And I would just start on either Facebook or our website just to get started on how you can maybe take a group out there, or, just show up one day, which is what a lot of people usually do is like, nothing going on tonight. Let's go check out a baseball game and just show up and buy a ticket for, $10 or whatever it is and watch a ball game, get something to eat.
And Brian Frew joining us here on Huddle Up this morning as we get set for opening weekend. Brian, appreciate the time. I know there's a lot of exciting things coming down for the season here, and certainly in terms of beverage options. And I think we're partnering now with First Street. I don't want to get too far out and announce something that I shouldn't, but I know that we got a lot of exciting things coming up this season. So fans can certainly stay up to date on social media with the Hastings Sodbusters page, following the website as well. And just before we let you go, I wanted to also say thank you for letting me be a part of the Fun in the Buster family. I kind of was the longtime fan, first time employee last summer at the tail end of the season. Really enjoyed it, and really looking forward to seeing you at the ballpark coming up on Friday night, man.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you, and we're excited to have you on the field more often. So you did a great job.
Well, appreciate that, Brian, and appreciate you joining us this morning on Huddle Up. Go Busters, and we'll have a fun opening weekend, man.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, Brian Frew from the Hastings Sodbusters.
Next.
Yeah,
that is a seamless transition right there.
We're going to still talk some baseball. We're still going to talk some baseball. Let's bring in Tim Stroman now, the head coach of the Adams Central baseball team. Good morning, Timothy.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
It's been a busy morning here today, and it's been a busy week for you at the state baseball tournament in Omaha. Unfortunately, it's going to come a little too early. The exit a little too early as you lost the ball game yesterday to Malcolm, but it was a good stay for your boys in Omaha.
Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something this morning. It was, the kids gave it every ounce of effort they had in them, and just came up a little short. But the things that this group was able to accomplish this year, all you do is tip your hat to them and try and support them. I mean, it was tough yesterday. There was a lot of emotions with the older kids, with the coaching staff, and it was you never want to end the season with a loss, but it was a good way to end a good year.
Tim, through all the heartbreak from yesterday, the one-run game, and we can talk about the opportunities that AC put themselves in to potentially win that and keep the postseason run going strong. But you look at all of the positives this season. I mean, you get a Wayne team back in that second round matchup, the opportunity to set yourself up for a bracket 2 final there. You're able to knock off Wayne 1-0, thrilling fashion. You take a look at all the records, a record-breaking year on all accounts, from base stealing to batting averages to pitching. Just take a look and kind of recap this season and how special this really was for something AC to look back and look back fondly on.
I hope that these guys always look back to this year. They at least be proud of what they've accomplished. I mean, you can look at all the records, all the accolades, everything, milestones that they were able to accomplish and set. But, the one that I'm the most proud of is the fact that these kids were able to stick together and just be a good teammate to one another. I mean, that was our kind of motto that we were pushing all year. It was a little different dynamic, a different makeup of players, just of interest levels to levels of competitiveness. It was 25 kids that as a coach at the beginning of the year, I felt that was going to be our biggest hurdle, was to get these kids to all support each other and care for one another and have each other's backs. And it really came to light there the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season that we were able to accomplish that. And once that's accomplished, I feel that's the hardest thing as a team to do, is to actually be a team and support one another no matter what. And it really shines through that they were able to do that. So, I mean, yeah, they could go back and look at all those records and all those different things that they were able to accomplish. But I think the one thing that I'm most happy with as a coach is that we were actually a team. And it was a really tough deal at the end of the day yesterday because you could see how much the kids cared about the people standing next to them. And, I mean, that's phenomenal in my eyes. It's hard to put into words, but I'm really proud of these kids in the senior class and these younger kids that come in and do what they did. And we'll sit and let this one soak in for a week or so, and then it's time to prepare for the next one. But these kids are going to be, these seniors especially, are going to be very missed. And I made sure to tell each one of them at the end of the game, like, this doesn't end now for you guys. Like, the things that you were able to push through, work through adversity, I mean, they're just tools that you can add in your bag to life. And that's what I talked about all year, was having as many tools in your bag as possible and to be able to fight when you're down, be able to respond when things don't go your way, to be able to keep your chin up after a tough loss or whatever. I mean, that's just good skills that they're going to need to have, and I think they're prepared to take that next step in their life, those seniors. So I make sure to tell them I'm not, like, my coaching doesn't end here. I mean, I want to be your friend, your peer, to somebody to, if you ever need anything, you know, that's what this is all about for me. So, I mean, it was tough, but, I mean, I was so proud of these kids and what they've accomplished. It's been a fun year.
Again, talking with Tim Stroman, the baseball coach at Adams Central. Their season comes to an end yesterday, losing to Malcolm by the score of 5-4. Let's talk about the game yesterday, Tim. You guys fall behind 4-0 after just 2 innings, and then you made a little comeback bid. Was there any? I guess what was the feeling in the dugout? Did you think you can come back in this ball game yesterday?
You know, I told them after the Wayne game, it's almost impossible when you put yourself in a hole and give them free things early and let good teams get up on you early. And kind of what they've done all year has proved me wrong. I mean, I didn't say that in the dugout yesterday. Obviously, we wanted to keep our eyes on the prize. And, you know, they did everything they could to win that ball game. I mean, anybody looking at the box score or at the game probably didn't think they stood a chance. And these kids fight no matter what. And they were able to cut back and give ourselves an opportunity to win the game. And, I mean, we had some guys that I don't think would have ever expected to get called on in a game of that magnitude, get called on and excel really well. And it just screams the fact that everybody on this team can contribute, and they were a strong team. I mean, they did everything we asked. I mean, it was tough. Malcolm's a very good baseball team. I have never seen them. We've never seen them as a team. And they're everything that's talked about. I mean, they're down in the field. They pitch the ball well, and they all have tough approaches at the plate. They're a very good baseball team. So I was really proud of the kids to come back and make that a baseball game and give us an opportunity to win with their season on the line. I mean, you have one ball get fielded early or one hit go through, and that's a completely different outcome. So, yeah, I mean, that was a great game yesterday. It turned into one that I'll always remember, win or loss. But, yeah, I was super impressed with the kids' resilience and just fight there at the end.
Tim Stroman again, head baseball coach for Adams Central Patriots, joining us here on Huddle Up this morning. Coach, let's talk about the program for AC and the program moving forward here. Last year, a wild card berth into the state tournament, picking up a win this year, picking up a couple wins, getting to a bracket final with an opportunity to play your way into a potential Class C state championship, falling just a little bit short. Do you feel like that the foundation for the program and a program that has expectations to be at the state tournament in Class C on a yearly basis has been set here?
I'd say absolutely. I mean, I didn't think it would happen this quickly since taking the job 2 years ago, but those kids out there want success, and ultimately that's what a coach always wants for their players. And that doesn't mean you have to make the state tournament to have success or have a winning record or record-breaking season to have success. There's other ways to define success. But in terms of foundation and culture, that was one of our main goals as a coaching staff when we took over here, is to set that. And you see that with some of the other sports out there, especially like the football team. They generally have a good culture and high expectations. And I think we've changed the mold. And it's nothing really to do with the coaching staff in my eyes. Some people might say that it is. But these kids just work hard. And that's the expectation now. And they've done that themselves. They've turned it into their program foundation. And I wouldn't say that anything less than a state tournament bid isn't a success, because there's some good teams across Class C. But, I'd say that the way that they've performed, the way that they've worked hard, stayed disciplined. I mean, that's a big thing with me, is the discipline aspect of everything. And it's hard for these kids at times. I remember when I was their age, discipline wasn't even in my vocabulary. So, I think the future's bright for these guys. We have a good group of underclassmen that have now experienced the state tournament again, which was great for this group, to come in and play a stage that none of them have ever experienced at the high school level, and to be successful while doing so, I think really sets a foundation. And they know that their coaches have high expectations of them and want to see them succeed.
So again, the Patriots finished the season at 23-8. For the coach, he's going to continue on. He's the head coach of my grandson's Hastings Orioles baseball team, a team that's struggling at the plate a little bit and struggling to catch the ball. Tim, now your scene kind of shifts to the Hastings Orioles.
Yes, the foundation, when I speak of foundation, it's in a little bit different terms when we talk in terms of those two teams. But, it's a fun time of year. And, I feel Cal sees my son, comes and sees us coach and sees our team play and wants to do exactly what we do. But, at that age, yes, they are. We're struggling a little bit in key aspects. But we'll just say that's a nice way to say it. But those kids, they understand what we're trying to do. And we put significance over success. And at the youth level, even more now, it's hard to find teams to even play that don't care about just winning. Even though I could tell you this comfortably, and I could tell you this as a college coach comfortably, I could care less what your youth record was. Mm-hmm. And we could care less how many home runs you hit when you were 9 or how many stolen bases you had when you were 7. I told Matt Overmiller, my assistant coach, I said, you want to be a millionaire, your son's 2, you need to start a competitive 2 and under league. That would take off like wildfire.
Now, what other
some
thing?
Of these people out here.
What other thing, Tim? I know we got a big day today because we got the Adams Central Elementary track meet, and your son is running on the same relay team as my grandson Riken today. So I don't know about the prospects of this relay team. We tried to break it down yesterday. Cal Powell, is he running the first leg of this relay, or what's he doing?
Well, I hope these youth baseball coaches don't expect any college scouts to be there. Because they're going to be severely disappointed if they do, which you never know in today's day and age. But, yeah, I'm going to try and get, if you want to call it work done, as much work as I can done here this morning so we can go out and cheer those little ones on and watch them have fun. That was news to me. I didn't know Riken and Cal were on the same relay team, so Cal must be getting faster.
Yeah, so we'll see you at the track meet later on. That'll be our afternoon today. We'll cheer on that relay team.
Good. I think I have a little bit of voice left. I'm finally feeling better after those last 2 days.
All right. Tim Stroman, the Adams Central baseball coach. Buddy, you can join us anytime throughout the summer if you like. Just chime in with us. You got the VIP pass to this show, all right?
Yeah, don't take any of my NASCAR picks. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But I'm ready for football season. So,
yes.
I am pretty good at telling you where the fish are, too, if you want to know where the fish are.
All right, we'll check in with you.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate all the coverage this year. You guys are great.
All right, Tim Stroman, head baseball coach for Adams Central. Have a good weekend, Tim. Talk to you again.
Yeah.
All right, rolling along here. God,
baseball.
We've had a busy morning. I wasn't quite ready for all this today.
Just loaded phone calls, man. We even got to the news break early. Hell, we still can't fit everything we want to do in the show in an hour. Show's going overtime today. We'll just say that right now. We still got a interview with Hastings Utilities. Get you up to the know on what's coming on with your customer service. They're changing up on some billing cycles, and had a chance to catch up with Carl Block. So we'll get to that interview here today too. But this is what we dreamt of when we envisioned this show. Just coaches and players, anybody that wants to talk a little sports or talk a little Hastings community, have a welcome line to the show. And this one's been a fun one today.
God, there might be a prospect we might have to expand this show. I still got so much to talk about. There was a lot of things going on at the NFL owners meeting that I haven't gotten to yet. But
we hit the highlight with the tush push.
Yeah, tush push.
Any other highlights on the owners meeting?
Brock Purdy signed his contract finally.
That's Purdy.
Quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, 5-year, $265 million. He was working on that rookie contract. Remember, he said he couldn't afford the life in California. He was actually rooming with somebody out in California because he couldn't afford to live on his rookie contract. Well, now he can probably move into his own place. 5-year.
Good for Purdy.
$265 million. Cam Ward signed his rookie contract, the number one player in the draft for Tennessee. Signed his rookie deal for $48.7 million over 4 years, fully guaranteed. So he can afford his own place. And the NFL is introducing the Protector of the Year award, which will be given to the league's best offensive lineman. Winner is going to be decided by a panel that includes a number of former offensive line greats. So a new award for
They didn't have an Offensive Lineman of the Year award?
Evidently not. This is the Protector of the Year award. There's going to be announced each and every year now.
They need to call it the Will Shields Award.
So that's the highlights.
There you go.
Of the league meeting. 7:56 again. You caught up with Carl Block at Hastings Utilities. Let's slide into that as we dabble into the news scene here this morning.
Huddle Up continues. It's Central Nebraska's newest morning show here on Extreme Sports. Tyson Avronic with you as we are sitting in the offices of the Hastings Utilities. A nice drive on a Wednesday afternoon across Fisher Fountain and into the offices of Hastings Utilities. Going to be talking about some new and exciting software updates that are going to be going on and some things that you as a Hastings Utilities customer can know about. Joining us to talk a little bit about those updates and everything that's been going on here as we head into the summer months. Carl Block. He is the customer services manager here for Hastings Utilities. And Carl, first of all, appreciate the time on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tyson. I really appreciate it.
Let's talk about the updates that have been going on. You guys have been very busy here at Hastings Utilities getting set for some new software updates that's really going to propel Hastings Utilities, I think, into the next 2025 and beyond. You're kind of getting up to speed with the times, so to speak, and some ease and accessibility for the customers. There's a lot going on here, but I think it's something that you guys are really excited about.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a long time coming. The city over the last couple of years has been going through this transition of new ERP software kind of across all departments using the same software company to be able to integrate all of us together. And so the next step was utility billing, and we're up now. And so we're looking forward to some of the new things that module is going to going to give us access to.
Well, and from the perspective of the customer, let's talk about what they're going to notice here in the very early stages, and what some options that could be available to them when it comes to utility billing.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is hopefully their printed bill. They're not going to see a whole lot of different changes. I know we did a refresh on that printed bill here a little over a year and a half ago, and we wanted to maintain the continuity of that bill because that's what they're used to now, and so they really won't see many changes there. I think the biggest changes that they'll see is everybody that is currently using an online their current customer connect account, that is going to go away. They're going to have to sign up for a new community access, or I think it's customer access account through the new billing software. But that's what we're really excited about. I think it's going to give us some more opportunities. It's going to give them here within the first probably month or so near real-time access to their usage data, their metered data. They're going to have the ability to schedule payments in the future on the credit card or check. They're also going to have the ability to set up alerts for themselves, whether that's going to be a text message or an email about an upcoming due date or potential usage, either electric, water, gas usage that's outside of the parameters that they set.
As far as if you're like me, I have a direct withdrawal on basically everything. I like to set it and not have to worry about it.
Me too.
Have those things just coming out automatically. Is that going to be affected with this new software that's coming in?
No, there should not be any changes to that. So the existing customers that are already set up on ACH or automatic withdrawal, they shouldn't see any change to that process. So.
Talk just a little bit about some of these different ways that they can access that information, really just going on with the overall city plan, just being a little bit more accessible and being a little bit more user-friendly and community-friendly. And I think when you talk about things like text options and getting things on your phone, everything's moving mobile at this point, and Hastings Utilities following right along with that.
Yeah, I think that as we try, and again over this push with the new bill, that refresh that we did, in an effort to maintain transparency, to be transparent with our customers, that just continues. What we're doing right now is just continuing that trend and that I guess mindset that we have with our customers. One of the things that we will change that's a bit of a diversion from what we have been doing, postings. So for those customers that do get in trouble, end up on the shut-off list, maybe a bill hasn't been paid and they need to be shut off. Currently, we do, the day before that shut-off, we go out and we put a posting on someone's door, on their front door. That process will be going away, and right now is kind of when that is ending right now. So after June 1st, any postings or any of those things the day before shut-off, we will be reaching out to customers via text message, via email. So it's really important that those customers that are wanting that notification get in touch with us, make sure that they have the most up-to-date contact information for them. So, we really want to meet customers where they are right now, where they want to get those alerts, and we feel like that is text message, email. That's where the future is going.
And by going away from the postage system with shut-off notifications, I have to imagine that might be a cost-saving measure as well for you guys.
Yeah, I think, right now that physical posting is delivered by the meter reading group to those people's doors the day before shut-off. And so there is some cost savings that Hastings Utilities is going to realize from that. But I think the biggest point that I want to make about that is that those customers that were receiving that posting notice, they were getting charged $25 for us to deliver that piece of paper to their front door. Those customers aren't going to get charged that $25. They're already struggling. They're already in a position where where they're finding it difficult to pay that bill up until the day of shut off. And so we want to meet them in a place where we can just send a text message, we can send an email, and it doesn't cost them that extra $25. So we're hopeful that, on top of saving us a little bit of money in terms of the cost to deliver that posting, ultimately we want to save that customer that money and help them maintain the utilities, because at the end of the day, we want everybody to have utilities, keep them on, keep paying for those utilities, and be happy.
Carl Block again, Customer Services Manager here for Hastings Utilities, joining us here on Huddle Up this morning as we talk about some of the new software updates that are coming on for Hastings Utilities in regards to your utility billing cycle. In regards to that billing cycle, is there going to be any changes long-term for that and how those bills get distributed in terms of the cycle?
Right now, I don't think we want to make any major changes. I think everything is going to stay fairly consistent. There is a little bit of compression that's happening right here in May and in June, just with the transition between the old software and the new. But I don't think customers are going to see that too much. And then moving forward, we want to keep things consistent. We bill 2 to 3 times a week, and so it's just various where you live in the community. It determines when your bill is produced, and so we're keeping that model the same currently.
Keeping that model the same and keeping the lights on here in the Hastings community. Hastings Utilities are focused this morning on Huddle Up. Carl Block again joining us here this morning. Carl, anything else that you'd like to add as far as the customers are concerned? Maybe some questions that you've been hearing from some of the customers and things that they might want to be aware of here as we make this transition.
I think one other thing of note is that we have quite a few customers that currently utilize one of the tools that we offer, which is budget billing. Budget billing, the way it is set up currently, that customer's average usage for the previous year is projected out to the next year. Currently, that usage is divided by 11 and is paid over 11 months, so that we have this one kind of settlement month or reconciliation month that we aim to have it be a zero bill or near zero. But one of the changes that is going to happen is that the new billing software, we're going to go to a true kind of budget billing model where that will be spread over 12 months. So I'd expect those customers that are currently using budget billing, once our new budget year starts in October, to see that change happen. In the meantime, from June to October, things are going to stay pretty much status quo, where the budget billing amount will stay the same. And then in October, it will get refreshed, and we will look at it again and recalculate it for the upcoming year. We're hopeful that because we're spreading it out over 12 months, the math works out that it should be a little bit less for those customers, or would help absorb if there are any increases.
Lots going on, and probably lots, I'm sure, to get to as we make this transition, and lots of work yet to come. But we are excited about the upcoming changes here for Hastings Utilities, Carl, and we appreciate you joining us on the show today.
Yeah, thank you very much. I know our customer service staff here, we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be challenging, but we just want to make sure that we're there for the customers. If they have any questions, any comments, please reach out to us. They can reach us by phone, by email, here at our website. So, like I said, we're looking forward to it and get customers used to the new system.
All right, so a lot of big changes coming up at Hastings Utilities, and thanks to Carl for joining us on the show here today to let everybody know about what's going on at Hastings Utilities. I feel like I'm in a 3,200-meter run today. I mean, this is we've had a lot going on this show today,
and it's been like a relay. I mean, Frew let us off. We then passed the baton over to Tim Stroman, over to Carl Block, and
I'm surprised that Strom didn't bobble the baton and maybe drop it, but he didn't. He passed it off nicely to Carl Block, and now he returns the baton to us for the final leg of our relay. I just feel like we've been in a relay all hour here.
It's been a busy show, and Yeah, things getting popular here as we move along into the baseball side. Really looking forward to especially being on the ground over at Duncan Field, having access to some of the players and coaches and even just fans that we can bring in on the show and talk some Buster baseball as we move along through the summer. That should be a pretty constant staple on the show. Like Tim's got the VIP all access pass, and we're really starting to wiggle our way and getting integrated in with the community and finding out what's going on the Haps there. So I'll be looking forward to more of these kind of jam-packed shows as we move forward. My big question is we got to have a meeting with the bookkeeper here. I got 9 minutes of overtime that I want to get put on my check here for today. But no, in all seriousness, really glad that we can extend it and have a little overtime and be such a popular destination for some folks. So
you mentioned the summertime activities. We're going to be your exclusive home for Legion baseball this year for Hastings 5 Points Bank and Hastings Johnson Imperial Home. So you'll be able to catch all their games or most of their games throughout the summer here on Extreme Sports. We're excited for that, as that's our second year of announcing exclusively Legion baseball for the summer. So that's going to be beginning here in a couple of weeks. So
they got tryouts like this weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend, and then they form their teams and they're right into action. So we're not going to have much of a lull or a off season here. We're going to move from high school baseball right into Legion baseball coming up here in a matter of days on Extreme Sports. So not much of an off season. We'll have the weekend to enjoy, Memorial Day weekend. We'll be here tomorrow, by the way.
Okay.
Jim Schleicher, he's going to join us tomorrow from the Nebraska
talk ponies tomorrow.
Yeah, Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network, and who knows who else will pop in on the show tomorrow. So
it's a Friday show, Memorial Day weekend show. By the way, if you are late to work this morning and it was because of our show, we do, of course, grant you the clearance. We'll be sure and pass that and sticky note on to your boss that excuses you from being tardy to work this morning, because we are a little bit behind schedule here. But appreciate all of you who have stuck with us in the live lobby for a little huddle up bonus time, overtime.
I've got the Adams Central Elementary track meet this afternoon. I have to attend. So I mentioned to Tim
big relay race.
Yeah, his son Cal Powell and Riken are going to run on the same relay team today.
That'd be fun.
Very exciting. Very exciting stuff. So anyway.
Riken's got a little bit of the speed bug.
Well, he's got some wheels. Cal Powell.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's leading off or what Cal Powell's mission is going to be on this relay team, but
is he doing like one time around the track, or is it...
I don't think so.
Okay.
Each kid one time around the track?
Well, heck, I don't know.
I think it's a 4x1 or something.
Right. Four different spots in the track.
Yeah, this is elementary. Come on, could you run 25 yards?
I couldn't even run 25 yards now. Hell, you got to start, and I'm one of those guys. You got to get rolling down the hill to be able to start getting the legs moving in a rapid direction. But yeah, no, Riken's got the early will wheels. You were telling me about your record that you set back in elementary school, and he's going right along with that. Loves running. That sounds crazy to me. That's always sounded crazy to me. I always loved sports, but I hated to run. So like golf was perfect. Speaking of which, I have a golf date with Gino coming up Friday. I got in touch with Gino.
He is still alive?
I was very concerned about Gino. He listens to the show every morning. He had like wrist surgery, so he'd been off the golf game for a while.
Now he's coming back
now
out.
He's back and he's ready to roll. We're gonna do a Friday preparation.
Oh no!
We're gonna do a Friday preparation as we prepare for our 4th of July tournament.
Oh no!
We're coming for the top prize.
Oh,
the two-man scramble, and we feel like with Gene's sweet swing right down the middle and my grip and rip, that will be good enough for 4th flight. We're coming.
So you guys are playing up. You're gonna have a preliminary round tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a golf date tomorrow morning.
God, that's scary. You and Gino.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we better get out of here. Get out of here.
15 minutes. Good show.
Good show today. Great show today. That's what we're all about on this show. This is what we envision this show to be. Anyway, yeah,
Plenty
14
of guests,
minutes.
plenty of fun.
14 minutes of overtime. Okay, we better roll on. If you'd like to listen to a podcast of the show, listen to it all over again, you can. Just go to our social media sites. You'll be able to find our podcast section. Even on Roku TV, you'll be able to find a section where you can listen to this show again. Thanks for joining us, and thanks to our guest today, Brian Frew from the Hastings Sodbusters, Tim Stroman from Adams Central joining us, Carl Block from Hastings Utilities all joining us on the show here today. We'll be back again tomorrow morning at 7. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to